second groove. Now this is got a lot of snare drums in it, and this is what I'm talking about with the layering thing, where like this pattern really is not what most drummers would play because the hi-hat pattern is very weird, and there's a lot of kind of weird placements of snare drums, but it's really cool, and it's just I love working this out. This is so complex that I'll put the transcriptions, but I've had to write it down. You can see here. I'll put it up on the screen, but I've had to like transcribe these because it's so tricky to hear all the layers, and it's in a lot of songs you can like hear the drums and you can kind of go, yeah, I can hear what that is, and I can just visualize it because a human's played it. So you can kind of almost, because you're a human, you can almost just sort of visualize how you play it. But with a lot of this, it's like, it's very alien. I mean, I think he is a bit of an alien, and the drums are basically like what an alien would play on the if an alien was a drummer, this is kind of what he'd play, I think. So yeah, there's a lot of like workings out and stuff that I've had to do with this second groove. Let's just get into it. So beat one is, we've got, again, we're keeping this four to the floor bass drum and snares on 2 and 4, but we're filling in around that quite a lot. So beat one is, we've got hi-hat on beat one and then 2 ghost notes on the second 2 16th notes. And then we're playing the backbeat, but what I'm doing is bringing the right hand to play the backbeat, because we've got a backbeat, a ghost note, and then another hi-hat. And the second bass drum of beat 2 lands with that accent. So yeah, so that's beat 1 and 2. Just kind of easy-ish. Again, you can follow this on the screen. Beat 3 is the tricky bit. So this is a really cool pattern. I mean, it's kind of quite, it's a little bit sort of James Brown-esque, because what's his name? Like Clyde Stubblefield sort of thing, where it's layering sort of ghost notes and hi-hats. So beat 3 is actually 3 ghost notes. The first 3 16th notes are ghost notes, and the hi-hat is playing the second one and the last one, which doesn't have a snare drum. So it's like, and because it's on the downbeat, you've got a bass drum on the first ghost note. And then to make this make more sense, then there's the backbeat on 4. And then there's another ghost note on 4 and. So yeah, that is the tricky bit, beat 3 and 4. Beat 4 is just an accent for the backbeat on 4, and then a ghost note on 4 and beat 3 is, so the whole pattern together. And also what's happening is that because this is sort of layered, it's not really a closed hat, it's more of a kind of open, it's not really a hi-hat, it's kind of like one of the, it's sort of like an 808 cymbal sort of sound. But to get that kind of sound, you're sort of slightly opening the hats. And with this pattern, what you've got to try and think about is like, is those different layers, because it's almost like the kick and the snare pattern almost sit together quite well, but the hi-hat pattern is almost its own thing. So it's kind of like, when you kind of get your head around it, it's then trying to like separate the hi-hat pattern from what the kick and snare are doing, because it has that hi-hat pattern has a real kind of groove to it. So it's I'll try and explain that to you by playing it. Really cool. I mean, I love that kind of. Really cool pattern. Very tricky, very hard. And it is just that beat 3. So the hardest bit is the beat 3. Three 16th notes on the snare, the first 3 16th notes, and then the hi-hat is doing 3 E and 3 A. Going round and round. And then the hi-hat is actually quite accented. Weird pattern, but really cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. As I say, I'll put the transcription and the chart below so you can check those out. Thanks for watching. Check out the drum cover of it. And again, if you like my videos, check out the other ones. Take a look at my Patreon. Yeah, thanks a lot. See you soon.